The bathroom floor is cold. You notice that first, before the tightness in your chest, before the shallow breaths that won't quite fill your lungs. Your phone is already in your hand. 911 is 3 digits. You close the screen. You'll wait and see. That decision made in 3 seconds on a cold tile floor will cost you $32,400. This is what happens next. Wednesday, 9 p.m. Something is wrong. You don't know what. You know it's there. The urgent care closed an hour ago. The emergency room or the ER is always open. But you know what the ER costs. Your neighbor found out last spring. Chest pain. They ran tests, told her it was anxiety, and mailed her a $4,200 bill. $4,200 for anxiety. So you make the only practical decision available to you. I'll just keep an eye on it. You go to bed. Something has shifted. Not worse, exactly. Just wrong in a way that wasn't there before. A pressure with no name. You open Google. 4 results. 3 are minor, 1 is not. You spend 40 minutes reading, you decide it's one of the 3. You close the tab. Saturday morning, you can't keep breakfast down. You call your doctor's office. Voicemail. Next available appointment, Tuesday. You call a friend who's a nurse. She tells you to really get yourself checked. Like today. You tell her, I'll see how I feel tomorrow. Sunday morning you finally go. Not the ER, the urgent care down the street. The copay is $75. That feels survivable. The doctor walks in, looks at you, doesn't say good morning. You need to go to the hospital. Not tomorrow, now. You ask if you can drive yourself. She says no. You arrive at the hospital at 2 p.m. They take you back at 4. By 6 you're admitted. By 9 you're in surgery. Here's what nobody warns you about. When you're that scared, money stops existing. Not once while they prep you. Not when the anesthesia starts pulling you under. Not when you wake up in a room with a window and every muscle in your body aches and you are just grateful. Stupidly, completely grateful to still be here. Money stops existing. And then 6 weeks later it comes back. 3 days later a nurse comes to discharge you. She checks your chart, squeezes your hand. You're lucky you came in when you did. You almost say it. The thing that has been sitting in your throat since Sunday morning. I almost didn't? The envelope arrives on a Tuesday. You know what it is before you open it. You've been waiting for it, dreading it, running the numbers in your head. $10,000. $20,000. Whatever it is, you'll figure it out. People figure these things out. You open it. $73,400. You read it again. $73,400. For 3 days. For being sick. You call your insurance company. You're on hold for 47 minutes. A woman named Karen picks up. She is kind. She is patient. She explains it clearly. Insurance covered. $41,000. Remaining balance. Your responsibility, $32,400. You make $52,000 a year. Before taxes. You have $1,800 in savings. And nobody tells you this part. The medical crisis is over. You survived it. The financial crisis is just beginning. You call the hospital billing department. A man named David answers. He tells you about the payment plan. $450 a month. 0 interest. You run the math. Almost 5 years. But okay. $450 a month you can do. What else is there? David doesn't mention the clause buried 4 pages into the agreement. Miss one payment. 1. Even by a day. The balance goes to collections. The 0 interest rate is gone. And your credit score, which was 710 before any of this, drops overnight. Not a little. I watched someone's score drop from 710 to 540 in 48 hours. The same system that was too expensive to use is now following you home. The thing David didn't say is that part of this story that changes everything. 2 weeks after that call, you're talking to someone, a coworker, a stranger in a comment section. It doesn't matter. And they say 4 words you have never heard. Did you try charity care? You haven't. You didn't know it existed. It does. Every nonprofit hospital in the country is legally required to have a financial assistance program. If your income falls below a certain threshold, and $52,000 a year often qualifies, they can reduce your bill significantly, sometimes to 0. They will not tell you this. You have to call billing. Use the exact words charity care and ask for the application. You can apply after you've received the bill. You can apply after it's been sent to collections. You just have to know to ask. And then there is another number, it is something else. Hospitals have two prices: the rate they charge insurance and the rate they charge you. The individual rate is almost always higher. But there's a third number nobody mentions: the self-pay rate. Call billing. Say, can I get the self-pay rate on my balance? Studies show hospitals reduce bills by 40 to 60% for patients who ask. Most patients never ask. Medical debt under $500 was removed from all three major credit bureaus in 2023. The rules are still shifting. Before you assume this debt will haunt your score for 7 years, look up what the current rules actually say. The landscape you're afraid of may not be the one you're actually in. You made that decision for a reason, not because you didn't care about your health, not because you were lazy, because you were doing the math a broken system handed you, and you were trying to be responsible with the numbers you had. 1 in 3 Americans makes the same call on the same bathroom floor. 1 in 3. That's not a personal failure. That's a number. And numbers tell you something is designed this way. The fear of the bill is built into the system on purpose, and it works. If this video found you before your Wednesday night at 9 p.m., good. Share it with someone it might reach in time. A parent, a friend with bad insurance, anyone who's ever checked their bank account before calling a doctor. If it found you after, if you're already holding the envelope, you have more options than they want you to know about. Start with 2 words: charity care.